You know what I mean? This is when you go COVID crazy, nigga. I go COVID crazy, nigga.
That's a real thing, man. I'm telling you, I've been feeling mentally just fucking different place. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. I be geeking.
Geeking and freaking. Finish up the empanada. I eat empanadas. It's one of the ones when she makes empanadas, you just gotta eat a couple.
Mm-hmm.
They just, and then when they're left over, they still get crunchy. Empanadas have found a way to be reheated and still stay crunchy without that rubbery shit. The secrets, though, you gotta go to Life Hacks. Nigga, Life Hacks. This is my daughter every time. Dad, it's a life hack with the egg and how to crack it. The egg yolk. How to remove the yolk from the white. When you crack it, you crack the egg in the bowl, and you get a fucking empty water bottle and
it
sucks up the egg yolk. I'm like, oh, my daughter taught me that.
Young Yoki.
It's a life hack online. She taught me. I'm like, oh yeah, it works. So you fuck it up.
That's another funny thing to think about too is that, hey, welcome to the Watermelonverse Podcast, episode 128. Like we were saying, it's interesting to think that the amount of information that kids get these days versus we had, TV was not teaching us shit back in the day. We had school. But now kids, they have school, they have fucking, like you said, the internet where she's teaching you different cooking techniques that she just learned online, I'm sure on YouTube or something else like that.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't teaching my dad how to fucking cook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell Dad, I saw this thing, how to sear this steak. No, you weren't telling your parents shit back in the day.
Hell no. Boy, I know what the hell I'm doing. Get out of here. I've been cooking. Fucking, all right. And he knew what the hell he was doing on the grill. I know that much. If I try to come back, I see this thing on. But, that's that thing, though, the parent will do. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. I got all this here. I know what I'm doing. You just walk away. And as soon as you walk away, they're going to do exactly what you just showed. But they can't show you that. That's a parent thing. I can't show you that you had to teach me something because that's not what you don't teach your parents or anything. Sometimes you just got to admit, niggas, they can teach you things. And that's how you got to stay sharp on what's going on. That's like, I do my own research. I try to stay on top of certain things because, I don't want to be that dad that's just like, you got a parent that's fucking 50 years, I had their first kid at 45 and shit, you know what I mean? You had your first kid at 45. By the time he's 10, you're 55, you're out there totally out the loop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of what's in and what's trendy, what's technology-wise, Like, I'm not that far from you. Like, my daughter's 10, you know what I mean? 30-year jump, but still.
Well, and it's interesting too because one of the things that she's teaching you about and we're trying to learn for ourselves, even though we are definitely not young people, is TikTok. It's we're trying to jump in where we can, so follow us on TikTok, Watermelon vs Pumpkin. We're trying to post stuff. I think we maybe have like 10 posts so far. We have like 11 followers so far, but we're trying to learn it just like anything else. And I posted 2 things today. One of them, I definitely know you haven't seen. Something I've been doing at the crib was putting together puzzles, going back old school, you know what I mean? 300-piece jigsaw type stuff. And I showed, the picture of the panda one. I did another one, but I recorded it the whole time. And then I fast-forwarded it 10,000 times. Fast-forward. 10,000. And so then it came down to like a 25-second clip of just put it together. You know what I mean? I put that on TikTok. So I'm like,
Yeah, TikTok is crazy. It's like, I know when she first used to talk about it, because TikTok's been around for a little bit.
Yes.
I think right now it's got more of a fire. More. What does it when you get celebrity parents that get involved? It starts catching that wind around. Like, oh my God, you see LeBron James and his daughters on TikTok doing the Kevin Hart and his daughters.
Taco Tuesday.
Right. You know what I mean? Taco Tuesday. I think that was all TikTok shit. Or, when they're doing Kevin Hart was doing the dance with his daughter. You know what I mean? On TikTok, on her TikTok account. But when you look up there, there's more and more stuff that is it's not just for you kids. It's some cool ass shit up there, man. It's for anybody. It's another platform, social media.
And especially with the quarantine, it's definitely blown up on some like now everybody's doing it. Everyone's got time. Everyone's got, you know, the creative energy that they need to outlet somewhere. And fuck it, let's try it out, you know?
Yeah. So for the people at home there, it's watermelon versus pumpkin as on your TikTok. I said at, or you just go search watermelon versus pumpkin. You're going to see VS, watermelon VS pumpkin.
Watermelon VS pumpkin. And there's also a TikTok like scan thing, and we put that on our Instagram. We'll have to put that everywhere else on our Facebook pages and shit like that. But
the bar take you right there.
But it's fucking wild learning it and watching people dance, and there are some insanely talented people out there, you know what I mean? And just even like the cooking stuff is cool. It's kind of a all-inclusive app.
Right. No, I got a little bit of everything, man. And then you get the comedy stuff in there, you know, the silly shit, animal things.
Stunts, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah. Amazing things, trick shots, a lot of trick shots. Those are fun.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know, we're going to try to set up the, actually, me and my, who is that? I think my daughter was going to do it. I don't know, or my lady might help with the 2 cups, ping pong balls in the pans. Bloom,
yeah.
Bloom, 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 bloom. You know what I mean? And that's a good one to try. I was like, oh, y'all want to do that? We just pick the pots up and just make that shit happen? All right. Make it a little.
No, that's a good one. I definitely want to try something like that. Just like you said, trick shots. And it's cool, too, because a lot of people put up them missing a whole bunch of times and then making the shot, too. You know, not just the one.
You can embrace the process of it all. You know what I mean?
But it's wild, too, because then there's also super simple stuff that it doesn't necessarily take too much skill, but there's a couple of accounts that I saw where it's just a dude with a metal baseball bat. He's like in the woods, throws up a golf ball, but I want to watch it every fucking time. I want to watch you hit a fucking golf ball with a metal baseball bat out into the woods. I watch every one you put out.
Here it is. Get it, Tommy. There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah. And, like, that's what he does on his page, and he's killing it, man. I give him all the props in the world. Like, that's just something fucking awesome to watch, you know?
Yeah. Like, I always like those guys who the dude trick shots or whatever.
Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect. Yeah, those guys, man. They've been doing trick shots forever. And what people don't see, man, what you can really embrace is they're not just fucking taking a camera out there and hitting on the first try. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys are fucking practicing them shits like crazy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I would love to see, like, the behind the scenes of, like, how much practice they really put into those shits, or how many attempts they really make before they actually get it down to a science. Like, okay, we can make this a good amount of times instead of just one time. Or, you know, they might have shots that, like, yo, we only made that shit once ever, and it's never going to happen again, and we got the footage, so that's good enough.
Yep. There's a lot of those trick shots out there like that.
Right.
So, yeah, if anyone, comment, hit the hotline, do whatever you need to do, 203-594-6977. Tell us about how you feel about TikTok, because once again, I understand that we're not, you know, going to be the 15-year-old girls dancing on TikTok, but it's good to put, you know, spread it everywhere, you know?
Right, little content out there. And it's funny because they say a lot of the young youths, they make these social platforms a lot popular. You know, they're the ones that usually, you know, ground attack and make these things more popular until the parents get involved.
Oh yeah, bro, that's like, Facebook for me. Like for me, I keep a personal Facebook page because I have to, so I can post on the Lil Mattress page and the Watermelon vs. Pumpkin pages and the Just Bake page. That's the only reason I have a personal Facebook anymore. Because even like when I hop onto it first, because you put there and then you can go to your pages, it's just all people my parents' age making memes. You know what I mean? That's it.
They love it because they're like so far behind. Look, this is great. Did you see? And it's like, you know it's the truth because every time you see, somebody older, I know. Did you see that? Did you see that thing on Facebook? I'm like, I'm not up there strolling, man. I said, that's what I told. I said, I like IG a little more at that time when they said, no, it's like IG. Now they're attacking IG now too. So they gotta go to TikTok. There's levels to the shit. It's the younger, and then the second level of youth. You know, the younger from like, 10 to like 20 something. That bracket. And then the 25 to about 40 bracket, and then everybody up from there, they get it afterward. And then when they get it, nobody wants it anymore.
Yeah, that is not cool. But Twitter is still the wild, wild west. Like Twitter, I give it to them for still staying uncensored for like, bro, there's people retweet full XXX porn where you're just like, what the fuck? Like I'm looking at, you know, bands I follow and then it's just titties and ass and yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, see, I never really fucked with my Twitter as much, but I know that they say that is like, you know, did they increase their characters or still only like so much you can put up there, right?
Yeah, you can't put too much, but you can put enough. You know what I mean? Because at one point they doubled it. I don't know what it is, but at one point they did double it.
Right, you're right. Because at some point some people put too much shit. Like, get to the point. You gotta get in there. You know, you gotta pop. You know, you gotta pop on the scene quick on these niggas. You can't. Right? You know? But it's just the generation. Instantaneous gratification. What do we got? Give it to me now. All right. Yep. You got 5 seconds. It's like the window of catching somebody's attention span has got smaller and smaller as time's gone on. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, 7-minute songs in the fucking 70s and 80s was a thing, you know?
Bro, I'm telling you, even rappers do it nowadays. Like, remember when that Mobb Deep challenge came out? What beat was that? I know I did one. I think you did one. You know, when everybody raps on the same instrumental. What Mobb Deep beat was it?
Oh, shit. I forget. Was it
It might have been Shook. I think Shook Ones. I think everyone did a Shook Ones one because Shook Ones is the one with the dumb long intro. And
Quiet Storm. Was that Quiet Storm?
It might.
I think that was Quiet Storm.
But whichever one the challenge was for, it's like a 40-second intro before people start rapping. And it was just like, I will never sit through and watch somebody do this for 40 seconds. While the fucking beat plays, and I'm like, bro,
I can't wait. This is gonna be so great. I can't wait.
But back in the day, you wouldn't even notice it. But today, I don't have 40 seconds to fucking wait for you to start rapping.
Man. People are like, yo, impress me in fucking 5 seconds or less, man. I ain't got time for this shit, you know.
No, and especially that's one thing that I keep in mind with the TikTok, with making songs with stuff like that is, like you just said, you got to grab them immediately.
Right. You know, then we talked about that before about even like some of the newer baking videos when we do those of even shorten those in a little bit too, because you niggas ain't ready for that lengthy minded shit.
Well, even a lot of podcast channels, podcasts that do the videos now, they put out their full podcast and then they put out clips of like shorter for people to digest through the week. And
right. Nah, some of the ones I listen to are like that because I listen to like Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. My sports. That's how I get my sports feed. I listen to those guys on the podcast, but they're like that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Truth. Couple to try to talk about anything other than the invisible enemy. Some unfortunate news from the WWE wrestling world. The Fink, Howard Finkel, passed away, unfortunately, at 69 years of age. And if you don't know him, he was the first ring announcer that when somebody would win, he would be like, and the new champion, blah, blah, whoever. And, yeah, he was a great, I
saw interviews from certain wrestlers when they were talking about it. It was like, you know, how important him saying that and what that meant to that wrestler. It's like when I was there and you hear that, you know, you established a certain level in your profession of wrestling. You don't hear that from that guy unless you have finally made the cut of now being on that plateau, you know what I mean, that level. You know what I mean? So that was dope. You know what I mean? That guy actually had a really good fucking, like, people want to hear you, man.
Oh, yeah. When it's, you know, I'm sure everybody wants to be in a fight where Michael Buffer says, let's get ready to rumble. You know what I mean? I'm sure, like, imagine you grow up with that on video games your entire life, and then you're in there, and he said, holy fuck.
Right, let's get ready to rumble. This is what I grew up on. That's what I'm ready for, man. That's like being a Michael Jordan fan, and he'll be discussed soon, being a Jordan fan, and then all of a sudden you go to the Bulls, and then that intro comes on. If they keep it the same, and it's yo, I made it, nigga. Exactly. I'm here, mama, I'm here. You know? It's a sense of establishment, of making it, accomplishment, I should say.
And also, Howard Finkel, he was the first employee for WWF. When Vincent K. McMahon bought the company, the first person he hired was the Fink. So shout out to him. Like you said, that was a goal of wrestlers, is like, oh man, I wish the Fink would announce me, and like, shit is real, you know?
Right. Yep. I know who's the Bill Withers.
Bill Withers, yep.
Lean on me, which is like, how he gonna die in a time like this? Fucked me up in a time where we need shit like that. That is the man who made that song die. Like,
but
hello,
did we lean on him too much and maybe crushed him?
Nah, y'all can't lean on me on this one. You think I can't? The bone structure ain't gonna support this no more, cuz.
I said lean, motherfucker, not jump.
No, that's that dead body weight, brother. That's that that weekend at Bernie's weight you putting on me, nigga. But also a rest in peace, man. My aunt actually passed away last night, man. She was about 75, I think 70. Maybe she might have been older than that. She might be closer to 80 now. But she's been battling with Alzheimer's for some time now. So I mean, if people that know that, man, once they go, it's once that mind goes or Alzheimer's, man, it's really not them anymore, anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It becomes like, every time we went to go see her again, it became less words and more just sounds and mumbles. You know what I mean? That was the last time I saw her. Was like not even coherentness in the eyes. You know what I mean? Like this, like, hey, Aunt Judy, hey, and it's kind of just like just looking down and bubbles, and it's that point of life, man, that some people get to. And it's like, man, I'm not gonna be mad at nobody for not coming to see me. I'll be honest, like, look, you ain't gotta come sit there and watch me looking like that. You know what I mean? If you want to come look at my face because you want to look at my face and you want to do that for you, okay. But I'm not gonna be upset in the afterlife if I can oversee as an aura.
Yo, if a motherfucker could float.
If I can float above you niggas, I ain't gonna be crying.
That's the bumper sticker that I want to put on the back of my car. I don't even want it as a bumper sticker. I want it in garbage ass letters on the back of my fucking, which.
If I can float above you, I ain't gonna be crying, man.
No, do not be surprised when Tupac's unreleased. You know what I'm saying? The next Tupac CD comes out and that song is on it.
Yeah. Oh man. But nah, yeah, she was a great lady, man. She had a great life, and my uncle, her husband passed away about a year and a half ago. So hey, if there's that rekindling spirits, man, they doing all right. He was there with a fucking big plate of Spanish copita and what I mean, the Greek side.
Yeah. Hopefully there is that reconnection after. You know what I mean? That'd be amazing.
That's why I just want to tap into that world and come back. Can I just dabble in there and be like, yo, am I gonna meet people when I get here?
Where y'all at?
Like, yo, I never really met my biological dad. Is he here? He died when I was 5. I don't know. I mean, I just want to get a look at him. Let me hear his voice. Oh, okay, that's you. All right.
Is he here? That's at the gate, just like now. Is he here?
Nah, the elevator. You gotta go downstairs. Right. He's in the mezzanine, nigga.
In that medium.
Yeah, mezzanine is back on Earth. When you were down in the basement, we know what goes on in the basement.
No, but man, I feel you. I have a couple of family members in that same position where sometimes you do feel bad not seeing them too often, but then it's like
it's not even them, man.
It's not even them, and then it's tough to. It might be selfish, but it's almost like I don't want those memories. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go there and make these bad memories of who the fuck are you, and then aggression, and because when people don't know what's going on, they get defensive, they get aggressive, and like I've seen it before of just the like in that period of saying things that they don't even know what they're saying because they don't know who you are, so they think they're saying it to somebody else. So you can't take it as like, well, I know that they're not saying this to me because they don't know that I am me. You know what I'm saying? To where they think I'm someone else, and now they're mad at me because and you're just like, ugh. You just don't want to make those memories of like, damn, my grandma, I just had a bad, it's just a bad experience.
Before she got real bad and when she was going, she's been, now it's crazy, man, because now I think about it, like she's been going through this dementia stuff, Alzheimer's for the last, 3-4 years, maybe even more. You know what I mean? So it's like, it was a lengthy progression of it, how it, kind of, steam ramped up like that, man, where it's like, it started off with, I think her first couple things was my uncle, when he was alive still, he noticed that she was forgetting things. He's finding clean clothes in a dirty clothes pile. You know what I mean? Weird things, and then it got even stranger. Like she would forget things on the stove, forget the water on, and flood the sink. You know what I mean? The sink overflowing and flooding, little things like that. And then it got serious, more serious, where now she fucking take a ride up the street and got lost for a second, just going up to the corner store. You know what I mean? And that's where it gets scary, because that's where you get stories of people that do that, and they'll just fucking keep driving, man.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're in fucking Pennsylvania somewhere. It's like, we got this Connecticut lady, speaking of Pennsylvania, we got this Connecticut lady trapped in fucking... We're going to get them niggas to sponsor us, bro.
I know what you mean. People run away at times, too, because they think, like,
they're confused.
Yo, why am I in this house? I don't know the people in this house. I'm out. You know, that's what happens.
No, it's like, you're home, auntie. No, get the fuck... Who are you? Like, my aunt, you know, one of the memories I remember, you know, it was one of the funny ones I laugh at, but, you know, it was, you know, she thought I was like the hired help. You know what I mean? Like, I was helping him take out his window screens and on his back porch and put in the winter ones for the summer out, winter in or whatever.
Yeah.
The big, huge ones. You know, he couldn't get up on the ladder anymore. So she was like, oh, I think she even threw a Spanish name at me. I don't know. I was like, auntie, that's so racist. Like, I think she called me Jose. And said, you know, we're going to take care of you. We're going to give you a good tip, you know. Like, okay, it's me, auntie. I'm doing it for free, you know. But it's tough to see, man. You know what I mean? So I just say that, you know, I'm going to pass this on more to, you know, my daughter and, you know, family that's around as I get older, you know, willingly if I'm still here and all that. And, hey, listen, when I go, you know, don't feel like you're obligated. You have to come see me and shit. You got to, you know. If you want to, come up. You know what I mean? If not, I don't know what the fuck's going on anyways. I figure
I'm one of those, like, don't come to see my body, come to see my mind. Bars!
If you're not in it for my mind, then get away from me.
Respect me, women.
That should be people's fucking... That, you know, if I was in the single flow and I had a dating, that would be my fucking whole thing right there. If you're not in it for my mind, then get away from me.
I'm about to put that over a picture of Marilyn Monroe. You know what I'm saying? And all the girls that do cocaine could put that on a poster on their wall.
Right. Oh my God. You know, people are doing things, insane stuff, man.
Always. No, man, shit is wild out there. Like I was saying before we started the show, I feel crazy. Like, I'll admit it. Like, I feel fucking wild some days where I'm like, you kind of center in on that, just like, yo, this is not the place that I grew up. This is not the fucking world that I grew up in. Like, everything fucking went skirt, you know, like.
Right. It's weird to see, man, and just dead streets and the dead establishments and the movement, the life of city shit, man. It's like, only people that don't really care or see it is people that live like fucking 5 miles from the nearest grocery store.
Yeah.
like I don't see anybody anyways.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit, you know?
Because even with me, I'll tell you, like, before this, I wasn't seeing too many people because of my work schedule and things of that nature, like, just, but still being out of the house more was just so much different. Even though it's like, you know, I can't say it's a night and day difference, but even just that little, like, say, like, 35% difference is fucking me up of just not seeing people and not interacting and not just normal stuff. And then when you're at work, it's just constant tension of you're wearing a face mask. You're fucking like, it's almost like it's just always right there. Like, you can never fucking just, like, forget about it and just be in the moment of what I'm actually doing. Like, I feel like it's always like a second screen that's on over here of like, yeah, I'm trying to watch this movie, but I got a mask on and it's fucking just like.
It's distracting, man.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I've noticed that going into all these places and everybody's masked up, it forces you to look into a nigga's eyes a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, you could, like, now it's like you got nothing else to really, when you look at people, that's all you're looking, you're seeing the eyes, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it almost like, sometimes I'm seeing some real painful stories, man. It's like, whoa, you don't want to go home, huh? I see some pain right there, bro. There's some shit going on.
That's the other thing, too, where how they're only letting in certain amount of people into the stores. But, yo, for some people, that's their released from the house. So maybe they don't want to be out there fucking speed shopping. Some people might want to take their damn time and be like, listen, I haven't been out of the house in 2 weeks. This is me. I'm out here. I want to stretch a little bit. I want to, you know, hang out.
It was a good thing for some people. It's a good thing that not everybody, I'm that kind of person that, you know, I tend to catch myself browsing when I have an agenda and I browse. Agenda. Fuck, I'm browsing. You know what I mean? Agenda.
Yo, browse the agenda.
Browse the agenda. But for some people that can't, you know, people that just go in and out, they're the ones that help out the process. Because if everybody was like me, there'd be fucking 5 people outside. Like, what the fuck, man? Yep. You tell those 5 people that are in there to like, come hurry up so we can get in.
Keep it fucking moving.
Right. Well, I know like the little Spanish spot I go to, his is like, I think 5, no more than 5 people in there. Wow. I think it goes by the size. They have it all broken down for these guys, I think, as far as like the state requirements, how square footage to how many people. You know what I mean? I believe that's how they kind of rock it. Because there's like small ass gas stations, man, where they're like, nah, only 3 people. I think the gas station I use by my job, it's like one of them really small ones where you can, you know, you walk in one door and it's like you take 20 steps and you're out the other door.
Yeah, yeah.
Those kind of small deals. But they got snacks and shit. But it was like, they only allow, I think, 3. You know, which is, you know, you got 6 fucking gas pumps. You got 3 people in there buying lotto tickets and shit. Like, yo, can I just I just gotta, you know what I mean? I got cash. I can't do a card on the pump. Damn, just take my money, you know? You know, it's fucked up shit, man.
Yeah, it is one of those things, too, where I wonder if we'll have to tell the story of how shit used to be. Like, I wonder if it'll ever go all the way back or if we really are just fucking different world, different strokes.
There are some fucking germaphobe children being made right now, man, that are fucked for the future, bro. Like, if they're growing up in this and, like, there's a germ out there that stopped us from going to school and it forced mommy and daddy to stay in the house and then we can't even go outside and do things. And, like, that could fucking traumatize a kid, man. You know what I mean? Just like this, I'm pretty sure there's a kid now, there is a grown-ass man, old man now that is still affected from when he was a kid, maybe in the 50s, where them niggas were doing the, you know, this tuck and cover was the name of the routine.
Oh,
that was during the Cold War shit, when they signed the and they had drills for the kids to get underneath the fucking desk because it was the thought of an invasion bombing, which I never understood how the fuck underneath the desk was going to save you from the building fall, but whatever.
That's just to kiss your ass goodbye. That's it.
Look, you might have a chance if like the ceiling doesn't really crush you. Maybe it'll crush part of the desk. You know, then you got the little fat kid who doesn't have a chance in life. You know, he's like, I can't fit under here. Well, fat Timmy, you look like you're not going to make it.
That's just literally that fucking, well, we got to have something to do if we know it's going to happen. It's just literally duck. Instead of having people running all around, just fucking duck.
Right. But I like my daughter was telling me, man, like I think I probably mentioned this before, where out of the 128 episodes, one of these episodes about they do drills now in schools for active shooter drills. Fuck. You know, and you know, this is her telling me this at that time. She was like in, I think, 3rd grade, 2nd grade. And she said she had a kid in her class. Every time they do the fucking drill, and they know it's going to be a drill because they tell them it's just a drill and they explain to them everything. Every time they do the drill, the kid fucking has a panic attack and breaks down. Every time he's fucking bawling, he's freaking out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, where they can go online and see actually what this shit's about. You know, it's like, you know, when we're in the same state as where that guy fucking went and killed a bunch of little kids, you know, that fucking, you know, animal out there and fucking, you know, Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's real for the point. Like that happened in this state, like 20, 30 minutes away. Like, yeah. You know, that shit right there, man. Traumatizing shit, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to, when we were in school, like, yeah, doing a fire fucking drill is nothing because it's like, oh, there's a fire in the building, you're walking out. That's a whole lot different between there's a man in the building that's about to fucking shoot everybody. Like, whoa, wait, what?
What? That changes everything. Not this whole like,
bro.
Every fire drill is like, yeah, we get to get out of class. Everybody got excited. You remember fire drills was an exciting thing.
Yeah.
Like, we heard that alarm go off. We're like, yeah. Especially on that part. I don't know if this ever happened to you before. I think it might happen to me once in the middle of, like, being asked a question or something I didn't know. Here's my cue, nigga. Oh, look at that. I couldn't answer that, Teach. Sorry.
I remember for us, it was all about trying to sneak away and have a cigarette while we were outside. I remember that was during the fire drill. It was like, yo, can we get in the – because sometimes they would lead us up to the football field, and it's like, can we back into the woods and have a cigarette real quick? Like, it was
right.
Delinquents.
Right. And if you had a camera phone back then, you would incriminate yourself. Like the rest of us. If not you, somebody else would have incriminated you at this. You know what I mean? Like,
no, we out in the woods. Fuck this shit.
Send a clip to your mom and shit. Like, oh, you're smoking, huh? Your dad does a grunt thing and fucking yokes you up again. Yeah, or you shove it. Or you can do it. I know my step pops, man, who I call my pops, man, who raised me. He pop. We're gonna go pop. Pop was telling me when he was a youth, and his mother caught him smoking cigarettes. He said he was real young. You know, he thought, 9 or something. He's like, yo, like, see the adults, they wanted to smoke. Man, I don't know how much of it actually, as a kid, it could be more traumatic and extravagant. But he said she sat him down in a fucking closet, man, and made him eat cigarettes. Here, sat him in a closet and fucking eat them. He fucking like, he said he got real sick and started throwing up. Of course, so that was the point of it all. But you know what I mean? It's like that's probably not a Surgeon General warning. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's not something anyone can get away with nowadays. But
right,
wow.
Who made you eat cigarettes? Your mom made you eat. Yeah. But he never became a smoker. He learned his way. You know what I mean? For him, that worked. You know what I mean? He's like, I never fucking touched a cigarette again in my life. It was all set. He was more of an athlete anyways, but still, you know what I mean? It was like these little things, you know what I mean? They
no, the childhood things will stick with you. Like, whoever had a birthday during this, that shit's going to stick with them. Yo, they said, and this is another thing, how we're talking about nobody knows nothing, but they're canceling shit in October because this morning I heard they canceled Oktoberfest, and that's obviously in October.
Well, and the thing is, a lot of people aren't realizing those kind of big events that are happening out there, all that work that goes in is shit they need to do right now. They can't, they're like, they can't do it. So it's like shit like we can't do from home. We got to be out there doing that. Oktoberfest ain't going to happen. People actually do plan things 8 months in advance. Like there's somebody doing a Christmas pageant right now. They're working on it. You know what I mean? All right. So we're going to cue the Christmas present goes, okay. You know what I mean? But, damn, I know what you call it. Oh, here's a nice little cute one. The NFL draft is happening.
That's what we're here for, is the cute ones.
The cute one. NFL draft is happening tomorrow.
On Zoom?
Yeah. This is going to be the first, man. It's all this. These guys are going to put suits on and shit, like, with their 3 of their family members, like, I got the call. The first pick goes to. Now, what you call it did it already to see a little bit how it works. The WNBA just did theirs couple nights ago or so. And it was their commissioner, the WNBA. She came out and she said, she did the whole thing. And with the first pick, and then there was that girl that's really nasty from Oregon. I forgot her name, INS or something like that. And then it was just cue to the camera to her and her family. You know what I mean?
What?
That's just how the draft is. There's no, she's going to come up, she's going to read it. The coaches are going to be all communicating through, which some of them were, there was concerns for some of the coaches. It's like, yeah, because there's a lot of cyber motherfucking thieves. Like, if we have to communicate this way, somebody could probably, tap into some shit. Because they had all landlines. They had old hardwired landlines when they were, and when they do the shit in the war rooms, they're like hardwire, because it's a real secrecy. You don't trust nobody, you know what I mean? And somebody can steal your wavelengths and shit or whatever. But that's their concern now with this technology shit, that there's going to be a guy that's going to steal and get, like, insiders. Like, if they know we're trying to draft somebody, we're going to have to cut them niggas' legs from it.
Yeah, the info. That's the other thing, too. Oktoberfest got canceled, and I don't know the name of it, but the most famous spelling bee every year somebody you'll hear the news because somehow it'll still be kind of big news where like fill in the blank won the spelling bee and you're like okay, cool, but it always like breaks through the news cycle,
Probably the little Indian kids, they always win that shit.
Yeah, they canceled that, and they said that's the first time that's been canceled since World War II. And same thing with Oktoberfest, first time it's been canceled since Dub 2, dog. Wow. So we're like I said, we're living in history, and that how we were talking about last episode. That's going to be something that is told in the history books of like, and they canceled Coachella, they canceled Oktoberfest, they canceled the spelling bee, they canceled fucking everything. It's
celebrities are very, very seldomly being online, man. You're not seeing much, man.
Oh,
these guys are off the grid. Did you see that? What you call it? 50 Cent roasted Kevin Hart and Diddy. Yo, Diddy looking like Danny Glover, nigga. Have you seen it?
Diddy Glover.
Woo! Diddy. You forget these things. He's a pampered dude, man. He don't got people, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Catering to him, like, so he don't got his products and all his hair and shit, you know what I'm saying?
I can't, like, think about it. When is the last time Diddy, by himself, clipped his fingernails? You know what I'm saying? Like, probably the 90s? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude's just got enough money to stay fucking pampered and done up and...
Right. People like him have a guy that has a... He hires a guy that watches a guy that he hired to watch another guy. He's that kind of nigga, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you got a bunch of extra people, don't trust nobody, but you're ready to throw your money around and pay for all kind of assistance and, you know what I mean? And he don't got it now. He's got a couple of his assistants. I'm guaranteed he's like, yo, listen.
Oh, yeah. He's got someone helping him out.
I'm going to give you $250,000. I'm going to get this COVID test for you. I'm going to test you, but I'm going to need you to still take care of me. Like, damn, nigga. You know what? You know what they don't realize they're doing? Huh. Sweet thought. What you are now becoming, Diddy, and people of that stature, is you become that plantation owner that had people that did things for him, like having that slave that took care of your children and pampered you and did shit for you. So you are basically owning people like slaves, but your difference is you're paying them and they go home.
Who was back in the day? What was that guy, Mr. Bentley? Something like that? Remember? He had Farnsworth Bentley.
Farnsworth Bentley. What was he? That nigga was a slave. You know what I'm saying? What do you want? Butler, servant. What is servant? Your
manservant, even. Manservant.
Manservant. Like, that makes it cool? Like, only time I want to be called a manservant is if I'm getting in some freaky action with my lady or something. You know what I mean? And we role playing. That's about it. Otherwise, I'm a goddamn manservant. And he embraced it. And he made it such a glorious thing, fucking Bentley did. And it's right? Like, oh, I'm a tailored apprentice. No. Nigga,
watch how I open this umbrella.
Whoa! Right. So, no, you're a slave. You're I say peon. We're going to go back to piss boy, errand boy, peon. Where are we going with this? You know what I mean?
Right.
All right, come on, man. It's the same treatment. They don't realize, like, you're doing the same shit. But the thing is, in all due fairness, niggas is busy. I get it.
Let the locks go. Let the locks. I think he let the locks go a while ago, but still.
So big song looking for.
But what I'm thinking partially and hoping is, I think a good amount of celebrities are kind of understanding to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I think a good amount of them are just like, oh, we saw what Wonder Woman did with that Imagine joint. I think, we're going to sit this one out. I think a lot of people realize that, a lot of people are realizing that celebrities are the fucking enemy right now. Because I'll tell you, Ellen needs to shut the fuck up. And not because I disagree or I'm mad at her, but every time she opens her mouth to try to make a joke, to try to do anything, everyone's like, you don't get to complain. You live in a mansion. You make $70 million a year. Shut the fuck up. You know?
Because now, you know what it is too with them? What they're getting now when they do this shit is not what they get when they're all secretly hiding behind TVs. You're getting raw feedback. You know what I mean? You're getting real comments from real people, whether they're being assholes or not. You're still getting that, and that could really fuck with the psyche of somebody that's like really, oh, I don't pay attention to the comments. That's
Now, but just like you're saying, now that's the only feedback, because before the feedback was from a studio audience that was told to fucking cheer. You know what I'm saying? Studio audience is there. They're sitting there. There's a light that goes on in the background that says applause, and everyone, yeah. So then she doesn't have to go to the fucking internet to find out what people think. But even I wasn't mad at her for what she said, because the joke was relatively funny. Did you hear what she had said?
No.
Oh, she was like, being in quarantine is kind of like, because, you know, she's married. She's a lesbian. And she said, being here in quarantine is kind of like being in jail, because I haven't changed my clothes in 10 days and everybody is gay. That's kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad, but like I said, now everybody's so sensitive. They jumped on her with just like, no, how dare you say your mansion is like jail? And it's like,
I know what that means to me. She's, you know, but then it's got Ellen. Now you got to be ready to take these jokes. You know what I mean? Yes. When it's the other way around and it's a joke that's made at like against gays or something. You know what I mean? It's like you can't go around and say so everybody goes to jail is gay. Everybody goes to jail. That's what we're saying. It's so pigheaded. You know, it's like. That's being biased. That's being nasty. That's being sexist, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So now, somebody says a joke the other way. I thought it was funny, but I get if I was that person in those shoes, they'd be like, "Oh, how dare you, Ellen?" You know,
exactly.
I understand it. I get the shit. You know, there's a hypocrite.
And I get it from the aspect of I feel lucky as fuck to be still working. As much as like I don't like going to work right now.
Right.
I'm so happy that I have that opportunity instead of like just say if I grew up and was a waiter, if I grew up and was just something else, that would be, you know, shut down in a non-essential business, because I haven't heard anything about another stimulus check, which for me, I do not need because I'm still working. But yeah, I can't imagine the people that have been out of work this whole fucking time. So you have to think like every waiter and waitress, every bartender, every fucking hotel worker, every person that works in Las Vegas, they've all been without a paycheck for fucking 6 weeks. Like, what the fuck?
And hopefully those are the people that are making masks and trying to make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why Hope's trying to get the shit, man. Or, you know, they probably needed it. They probably needed more than anybody. And that's why I don't think they had time to really filter through and a process of figuring out who's working and who's not. So they're just like, we're just going to give everybody $1,200. You did your taxes. You're an American. You pay taxes. You're getting $1,200.
Yeah.
Everybody but you niggas that owe money to your kids. You deadbeat niggas. This is the deadbeat Cam. Deadbeat Cam. You niggas.
The DB.
You know what I mean? That's for the niggas that don't take care of their kids and no child support. You ain't getting no money. You ain't get that. So.
Yeah, that's wild. I wonder how many people are collecting that check just like, because the money then goes to whoever that's owed to, right?
Or just goes to, see, that's where it gets tricky at. What they do is,
you wonder if the state just takes it.
It goes to the state. The state distributes it how they distribute it to moms. Sometimes they'll give the whole grip to her, or they're just like, yeah, we trickle that out. You know, we need that 200 right now, look 300 over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll add it on eventually.
Right.
I'm telling you, for me, it worked out great. Like, I put some money in the bank, and I paid my mortgage ahead by 1 month, and I, like, paid down my credit cards a little bit, you know? But other than that, I just, like, I had the temptation to go wild with it, but I was just like, all right.
Right. It's the grid, man. It's crazy. As long as you don't start fucking going crazy on Amazon. I have been trying to look into the decor. You know, I don't know. I've been getting into my decor mode and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As you can see, I am live from part of my house here, but there's nothing on the walls in this room. And you know,
Alexa,
I was talking to my lady like, yo, listen, I don't really feel like I'm in an insane asylum a little bit. So we're gonna get some things on this. I mean, we got a couple pictures hanging up around, but I need more. I need shit to look at when I'm laying in the bed sometime. You know what I mean? I don't want to stare at the blank.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Blank walls in the bedroom. It's not a thing.
Pink cookies in a plastic bag.
Blank walls in the bedroom, lights out. What's that mean? You know what that means.
That's funny. Blank walls in the bedroom, lights out. Damn, boy, I need some headroom. Lights out. That's fucking funny.
What the fuck is this? Is that your ass to the cat? Meow. Like that. Man, but yeah.
Is that your ass or the cat or a tight mouth? Oh, like that. Meow.
Oh man.
Oh, we're late 30s.
Niggas digest that shit, man. This is Reader's Digest. I don't even. Is that still out? Is that still a thing?
I hope so. But I feel you on that because I was doing the same thing. Like I was hitting Bed Bath & Beyond every now and then because they were on like a store closing super clearance. So I was grabbing stuff and I grabbed the 2 velvet joints and I wanted to grab more for the window back there because they're nice, heavy duty. I got a couple more windows I wanted to do, but yeah. So now I'm stuck in like the parallel.
And that's probably what it is because now that we're kind of locked in more, they're like, yeah, I really need to put something on that wall.
You notice your surroundings.
Yeah, get some swag issues nowhere.
I know. I was looking at the dollar store the other day. Like we said, trying not to. You want to stick to your list, but then also, like I said, you're out, so it's an experience, and you're just like, well, they got these joints, and they're small little paintings, and they're $1, of course, Dollar Tree. But then I'm like, do I want to make my bathroom like every other white person and make it into a beach? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, they got the seashells, and is that what I want for my bathroom? I don't know.
That's what we got.
Okay, that's what everybody got. That's why I'm like, do I do it? What do I do?
I'm half white. My girlfriend is white.
My bathroom is white. You know what I'm saying?
My bathroom is white. It was either that or it's like, I said we could go with like exotic monkeys and shit. You know what I mean? That's different, baby.
That's right. Yo, some people make the bathroom the jungle theme too. That is right. Some rainforest joint.
We definitely have the seashells going on with the light blue and the tans. You know, that whole color scheme. It's very convenient to find it. I think that's why, you know what I mean? Well, we just got to find our own flair. Like I got some wallpaper that has a wallpaper with that blue and that wood design. I'm about to cut some squares off of that and start lacing out my fucking cabinet in there. So now we put a little pop. So nice. We got a big pole that comes out that's a non-active pole because that was an additional bathroom they added on. So now I wrap fairy lights around the motherfucker with shells around the bitch, you know what I mean? And maybe a cargo net. You know, like we out here, man.
You're gonna fuck around and have an entire lobster crate.
You know what I mean? That bathroom was small as hell. You know what I mean? So it's kind of listen, I'm about to have it when motherfuckers go use the bathroom and shit. Like, yo, I feel trapped, cuz.
You're gonna have it to when it's like, remember those cartoons back in the day where it's just a doghouse, but once you walk in the doghouse, you're like, holy shit, this is a mansion.
This is I wanted to have it like that where like every time they flush the toilet, like a fucking a plastic seahorse drops down and dangles in front of them or some shit. What the fuck? Make an experience.
Flush the toilet, the bubbles just sound like an aquarium instead. Just boop, 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 boop. What the? How do you change your ringtone on your toilet? What the fuck?
Oh God. That's the shit, man. And that is the shit, man. I'm just trying to.
When you take a shit, it's
I'm all about having people when they take a shit in my house. I want it to be an experience they can all enjoy. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean?
God.
I want you to remember that. You're like, yo, I met that dude. I remember his bathroom though. Man, I had to take a shit. It was so much to look at. You know what I mean? The nigga had fucking wallpaper pattern fucking cabinets and shit.
Yo, but nowadays it would just be you're just on your phone taking a dump and they walk back out and you'd be like, what do you think of the bathroom? And they'd be like, no, the toilet flushed all right. I don't know. What? People wouldn't even notice. You know what I mean?
You see the fucking lights and the sound effects and the captain that came out and said, thank you for shitting today. You know what I mean? You didn't get that? I was on my phone.
Yeah.
This is true. That is definitely what it's like. Have you ever, I've done this before. I'm guilty. Going in the bathroom to take a shit. Nothing came out yet. I just sat down. I was like, fuck, I forgot my phone. Got it up to go get it. Because I need some stimulation in there. And it's like, man, remember the days when we just took a shit in there? Like
and read the Lysol can sometimes. If it was a serious event, and you got into, you know, the 10, 15-minute range, yeah, all right, I'm going to pick up the Lysol and see what's in this, you know, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Or that was the days of probably now that me being more of an alert germaphobe, like how fucking terrible is reading material in the bathroom while somebody's taking a shit and they're just fucking wiping and grabbing that thing and flicking pages. Like,
right?
Now you think about that because it was always reading material back then in bathrooms. So it's like,
yeah,
instead of having your phone, that was what you did. There's a little magazine. It's like, you know, and you're fucking flicking through and probably wiped your ass. And
you know what was weird about that too? There were certain families' houses that you would go to, like friends' houses, where the bathroom was the same reading material the entire time you knew them. It'd be like a 9-year span. You're like, they really just still have Popular Mechanics, and that's it. Like, we need some new magazines in here. Because then you got to think about their daily life of like, do you ever grab that anymore? Because now you take a shit, and that's their 365. What the fuck?
Right. Reader's Digest. And that fucking magazines in those bathrooms have been around more shit than anything should ever be around.
No, I'll tell you, but speaking of the bringing the phone to the bathroom, I almost did it today when I'm watching something on my TV, and I can hear my TV from my bathroom, obviously. And I live alone, so I can shit with the door open. But still, it went through my head. I was like, yo, should I pause it and then bring my phone to the bathroom and so I can still see it because I'm a fucking baby and I just want to see it? Like, fucking disgusted with myself.
I do. I check myself all the time, man.
Yeah.
I do. Like, man, I turn into a rebel against myself at all times, man. I just fucking like, fuck, man. I'm like, this, man, I could do this. Like, I've done this. Like, there's times where I actually, believe it or not, people, it's a thing. People, I suggest everyone at least tries it once. Take your phone, put it to the side, and then walk away from it. It's hard to do. And trust me, I mean, we're all attached. I am too. I'm just as much attached to my shit as, you know, yep. But there's a lot of times where I force myself to do that. You know, and that's a lot of times I'll get my phone. Our call's blowing you up, nigga. I wasn't even around my phone. And that's a real statement, nigga. I'm trying to put my shit to the side and forget about it for a second, you know?
Yo, I'm telling you, something good and something, you know, enriching in people's lives, watch a movie with fucking subtitles. You know what I mean? So, like, or you got to watch a movie that you know that you have to see, like The Shape of Water, the one where the lady's fucking the fucking merman fish thing. You cannot be looking at your phone while this is happening because you'll be like, they just flooded the bathroom and now they're floating inside the bathroom in her New York apartment fucking. But come on, the water would come out somewhere, right? You know what I mean? Like, you want to be in there, bro. You know?
No pun intended, but you got to be submerged in it, nigga. You got to
be dunked because if not, you're going to miss some stories. Or you watch something with, you know, subtitles on it. Watch a, you know, kung fu flick with the subtitles and just, all right, cool. Now I have to look at that to, you know, to be involved in it instead of two-screen fucking.
I've been watching some kung fu in the last couple. That's been my shit, man. I watched a couple old Jackie Chan joints, like his old shit when he was speaking on Chinese.
The free site that's out there, Tubi TV, Tubi. That's all. I just Googled Tubi, and then on there they got some Jackie Chan joints, but from 2000, one of them was from 2018, and I'm like, I need to watch this because I want to see what the new shit is looking like.
Right? Is he still doing his own stunts and shit?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I put it in my queue to watch, and actually, I'm gonna bring it up and screen share it with you because I forget what the fuck it is, but it's something crazy. Like
I wonder if he still does his own shit, but just slower. Like he takes apart the gun in slow motion. Just got that. But damn, Jackie, you ain't the man no more, bro. What happened? Jackie, not the man, Chan.
Yo, he might still be. You never know.
I fuck with him. He OG to me, man. That nigga's a pioneer of this shit, man. And there's a lot of people that like a big kung fu heads that don't fuck with him because they think he's like not real kung fu.
Fuck that. Yo, I remember back in the day, we were like, yo, he's doing his own stunts. But look at this over here. Kung Fu Yoga. That's amazing. Now this is the first time that we've done this, so I don't know if people are watching this, if they can see it or what it is when it's screen recording. But Kung Fu Yoga is the name of the film. He's driving a red sports car with a fucking lion riding shotgun.
If that don't pull you in, I don't know what will.
You know what I'm saying? I put that shit in my queue immediately. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to watch this shit, you know? And he's got a bunch of, old movies from 1990. Jackie Chan, The Prisoner. That's got to be good. Jackie Chan, The Protector from 1985. That's the shit that you smoke and you put the shit on in the background and walk around your house and talk to yourself and win arguments by yourself too, you know?
Because those are great, man, because you know what I always love about those is they have very odd storylines. A lot of those, like, Japanese and Chinese, like, it's like, this is the odd, like, if you really sit and digest it, like, this nigga's going all out for a medallion, bro.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like, what?
For a motherfucking medallion. And I don't even know why.
Jackie, what are we doing? But it's so entertaining, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean?
That's amazing. But, yo, this I want to lay down on a Saturday afternoon and watch Battle Creek Brawl. Now, listen to this. It came out in 1980. It's an hour and 35 minutes, and the tags in it is it's a comedy, crime, and action movie. Battle Creek Brawl. I'm going to watch it. Like, I have to. Come on.
You got to dive in. You know what I watched the other day, a throwback, man? I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, holy shit, I remember this shit, man. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Nick.
Whoa, I remember renting it on VHS tape because the cover was, that's one of them, with the cover was crazy.
Whoa. It was a straight low budget, but it was a good low budget. It's like a cult following low budget. Like, there was a whole big wave of people that dressed up like those clowns in that fucking movie, man.
Instead of a B movie, it was like a B+ movie. It was good.
Right. There was some shit in there. I was like, man, I tuned in and I was like, man, it was such good corny acting in the 80s, man. You know, like good cheesy acting. Like, this shit is cheesy. Yeah. You know, you love it. It inspired the new shit now with the reality TV.
Yep.
You know.
No, this shit is, we try not to speak too much about the COVID, but we do have to then talk about the effects of COVID, which is everything that we've been talking about this episode. Is just the COVID has changed everything around it. So even if we don't necessarily discuss that specifically, it's like the waterfall. We still, it's everything. It's thrown a bunch of people back to old movies that they haven't heard in a while. Everyone's, I'm sure.
I'm about to fuck around and watch Howard the Duck, nigga.
Real.
Shit, that was my shit back in the day. And that opening scene was kind of real, too. There was like a naked duck in the opening scene. I was like, man, I
remember that was the big controversy.
Yeah, it's like, yo, that's kind of like bestiality a little bit, right? That nigga said, the guy who made this movie is in the fucking ducks. Well,
dude, so many of those fucking type of situations in all the Disney movies and just weird shit like that.
I know we spoke about it before, but Freddy Krueger Part 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, straight flamboyant gay from beginning to end. Everything in there is so gay innuendos they made us like. You go back and watch, it's like, damn. Like the boys when he was wrestling, they were fighting at school. The fight was all weird, and then at some point in the fight, he got pantsed and it's like his ass is hanging out. I'm like, yo, why are we seeing this? Right? You know, it was like the gym teacher was like a pervert trying to touch him in the locker room, and you know, it was like. And then when he went to a gay bar at one point in the movie, and it was like he was very flamboyant. The lead character was like screaming like a girl, arched back. It was like, what the it was straight. Yeah. Like, I think there was a big talk about that was real edgy for that time, you know.
It must have been, yeah. It just must have been the issues that were going on, so they made that.
The director says, like, these directors, okay, he's gay. He's now going to take it out and put it in his movies.
Yeah.
Focus it on you motherfuckers because you don't believe in me because I'm gay. So now I'm going to make this gay ass movie.
Gay bars.
And it's Freddy, so niggas loved it. You know what I'm saying? But when you reanalyze, you're like, oh, damn, there was some flamboyant shit in here, bro.
Yeah, rewatching the old stuff is always just like, what the fuck is going on?
Shit, I remember that one movie I saw, man. It was like a documentary movie, but it was supposed to be like real footage. It was like in another country, and it was like real rape scenes and shit. Like, it was crazy, man. It was supposed to be like real footage, though. I forgot the fucking name of it. I stumbled across it one time. It was disturbing, man.
Damn.
You know? It was, what the hell the name of it was, man. But I was just like, is this a real thing? It was like, I don't know, not a House of a Thousand Corpses. It was, God, I want to know the name of the shit, man. It was something along those lines.
Some like Faces of Death type thing.
But it was supposed to be like Blair Witch with a Faces of Death flair. You know what I mean? Where it's like a movie documented, where it's like, I think this is a movie they made it look like a documentary but then the shit that was happening in it, they said it was real shit because they really did go to like indigenous people that were really doing shit. You know what I mean? That they were really cannibals and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, and it was like a rape scene of one of the girls and this, you know, from the village, and it was like, yeah, no, it looked kind of real. You know what I mean? It was fucking crazy. Yeah, it looked kind of real. It's like, I don't know, man. They were like in the mud and was like doing some crazy shit to her. Oh, it was a little tense.
I'm not laughing at the subject matter. I'm laughing at you hit that perfect Ice Cube fucking, I don't know, man. It reminded me of Anaconda.
Snakes are really big. Oh, man. Nah, I'm gonna find the name of that movie, man, because that was it was a throwback crazy shit. But I try to get into those, and of course the Michael Jordan documentary that's out. You know, we're gonna tap into that in the next episode. Yeah. I got to catch up and watch a little more. Yeah.
And they're gonna drop another couple episodes, so yeah, if we can.
Yeah, first half hour, man, on one episode. It's good so far.
Even the stuff that you're bringing up before, man, I want to look into that and see about old school like videotapes and shit. Because man, since you brought it up, I know that my grandmother has that old like fucking real shit, like where you set up the projector with some of her old home movies. That's got to be fucking nuts to watch.
You know,
I bet you a lot of people are doing that in the quarantine, just fucking like, hey, let's see what's on these videotapes. You know, that type of shit.
You know what's crazy? What I was doing the other day, I was going on YouTube, putting on home videos from 1998, the year I graduated. So now you go online, you look at it. I was really more, for me, I was absorbing our look. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
98, when I was a teenager, my senior year, what was the look? You know, when you're going around showing footage of, oh shit, I remember that, you know, the certain fucking starter jackets or something, or, you know, certain sneakers that somebody had on, like, oh shit, that's when those came out. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Man. Haircut.
That's crazy. That's a good idea though, of that.
Yeah.
Like, take a trip back to
that time. You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit, that was, I remember that in 98. I mean, granted they're from but you're gonna get a lot of them because there's some that are from the Northeast.
Yeah.
You know, I try to stay in the Northeast because that we had the same kind of style here and same shit that we got from New York and Jersey, Connecticut. You know, instead of like looking at shit motherfuckers is wearing in Alabama, like, yeah, no, I wasn't wearing that in 98.
Oh, still overalls? You still had overalls? Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, we got rid of them shits in 94 somewhere, man. With the one shit.
That's funny. Well,
it was a good time travel.
That's a good idea. So if you're watching out there, try that. Look up maybe the year you graduated, maybe the year you were born, and look up for home videos on YouTube. I'm sure there's good stuff out there. That's a fucking awesome suggestion. I'm definitely going to do that. So we do not welcome. We thank you for joining us, episode 128, and welcome if you are here. Yeah, man, hit down the comments below. Let us know what the fuck is up. Hopefully we can take your mind off the unspoken invisible.
What he meant is welcome to the gourd patch, because now you're listening. You're a part of the patch, my nigga.
Patch it up.
You're here. Young Pastry signing off. The green. It's watermelon. We surviving the COVID. Call free.
Little Mattress signing off. Repping that orange.
Stay safe, though.